We've all heard the adage, change your thoughts, change your life. And that is true. But if you want lasting change, you have to change the beliefs that underlie those thoughts. They'll keep coming back, surfacing over and over again. My name's Heidi, and in this video, I want to talk about the importance of healing what's lying underneath those recurring thoughts that seem to move you backward in life instead of where you want to go. When we've had beliefs that have dominated our lives for decades, it takes more than just changing your thoughts. It takes excavating what's underneath. I found an interesting study in a Texas business school, and what they did is they asked the business school students to write down their thoughts for 2 weeks. And these are not every single thought, but thoughts that might change your mood, thoughts that kept resurfacing. They also asked them, do you think you had more positive thoughts or more negative thoughts? And interestingly, the students actually thought like 60 to 70% of their thoughts were positive. And in reality, 60 to 70% of their thoughts were negative. And this study could be extrapolated to come to the conclusion that maybe changing what's underlying those thoughts will make it easier to change those thoughts. I had thoughts of not being enough that created a lot of doubt in my life, a lot of anxiety in my life. And I remember looking in the mirror in kindergarten, and I know exactly what I was wearing. I remember it as if it was yesterday. And just thinking, I'm never going to grow, and I'm never going to be anything. And part of my process of going back through and changing that story of enoughness was giving that kindergartner a hug, telling her that she is enough, and going back and healing that wound from so long ago, along with building self-trust. And it's crazy because for years I have had acupuncture, and she always said, you need more chi in your solar plexus. You need more self-trust. And I was like, I trust myself. I don't really know what that means. And it took really digging deeper below the surface to realize that doubt means I don't have self-trust. It's not realistic to say I'm never going to have doubt in my life. I think doubt is actually a little good for us to have doubt and not be so decided on everything. Kind of leaves the door open a little bit for uncertainty. So yes, thoughts are really important to change, and definitely the ones that you travel down and then create a mood out of. But I believe in order to really affect lasting change, you have to address the underlying beliefs around those thoughts. And it's not every thought, it's just the ones that surface more often and make you feel less than or stuck. So some ways that you can work on changing thoughts and their underlying beliefs is to check in, notice the things that come up for you, and ask yourself, where did that come from, and is it true? And if it's not, how can you get to the bottom of it and start changing it? Build self-trust by making small commitments to yourself, keeping them, and then celebrating them. Sometimes there are things that there's a lot of things that I don't want to do that are hard for me to do, and I definitely fight the whole procrastination around because I don't want to do them. But when I do, when I put it on the schedule and I do it, and I make that promise to myself, it's a win when I follow through. And that builds that self-trust, that commitment to myself. And then excavating the stories and the beliefs through meditation, through journaling, and rewriting your stories. Rewriting them and then looking for the evidence to support that new story as well as creating the evidence to support that new story. So today, how do you build self-trust? And if you have it, share with others how you do it and how you keep it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.